Happy Tuesday and good evening. This is a special presentation of Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10 Band Productions. The PIHL presents tonight a Class AAA matchup at the Printscape Arena in South Point. It's the homestanding Peters Township Indians hosting the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. I am Matt Geico, once again calling this game, game 2 of our little remote experiment as I come to you from Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I've relocated but still able to call these games. And very grateful to Todd Kazarowski and the entire crew with 10 Band Productions and also the Peters Township Hockey Club and the Hockey Board for supporting this little endeavor. And very enjoyable to bring the games to you. Once again, we'll have a matchup of two teams from the South Hills of Pittsburgh. Peters Township coming into tonight with a record of 2-1. Looks like that Rick Tingle's team has turned it around after a very disappointing opener 2 weeks ago in which they fell 8-1 to North Allegheny, but now they're rolling it tonight on a 2-game win streak, and they've achieved those results by a combined 8-2 score. Mount Lebo, meanwhile, has been up and down in its first 3 games, coming in with a record of 1-2, but there's still plenty of reason for optimism and positivity surrounding Jeremy Church's bunch. Now, as for Peters Township, last time out was a raving success, as you watched here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. The Tribe led 3-0 on its way to a 5-1 win over Central Catholic in Harmarville last Thursday night. The freshman William Tomko, who's gotten a lot of playing time, and the sophomore Camden Martin both scored their first varsity goals. In fact, Martin picked up a pair for Peters Township, and the power play connected once again for PT. In addition to that, Kyle Thomas denied 24 of 25 shots for his second victory in the Peters Township net. And it continues an early trend. I know it's very early, just 3 games in, but 3 out of 20 merits a look back and see how PT has achieved its results. Tomko, Martin, and Ben Kovac, another sophomore, are all tied with 3 points, tied for the team scoring lead, and all of them, of course, underclassmen. And we have also a couple of returners, Ringwald and Slavin, with 2 points each. So let's not say it's all about the newcomers for Peters Township. But at the same time, it's been impressive to see some of these youngsters come into the lineup and produce in their first couple of varsity matchups. As for Mount Lebo, I mentioned that they've been up and down. They beat Cannon Mac in their opener on the road right here at Printscape Arena a couple of weeks ago, and then played North Allegheny very tough in a 3-2 loss. But the Blue Devils lost 4-1 at home to Central Catholic last week, falling behind early and unable to catch up. It was a close game. Those 2 final goals for Central Catholic were both scored into an empty net. If you watched the Penguins and the Lightning game last Tuesday, in fact, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes the empty net can make the final margin seem deceptive as far as how the actual game went. But still, for Mount Lebo, a team that has returned 7 of its top 9 scorers from last year, plus its number 1 goalie, junior Austin Martin, they're expecting better. Of course, there's still 17 games to go, and they're just a couple of wins behind the first place North Allegheny Tigers. But still, they're going to want to improve upon what they've done so far. Marcus Simmons is a player to watch for Mount Lebo. He's won off the AAA goals lead with 3 so far, including 2 of those shorthanded. That's right, 2 shorthanded goals in his first 3 games for Marcus Simmons. But the problem is he's the only Mount Lebo skater with multiple points thus far. The power play is 0 for 5. The PK is 5 for 6. And as I mentioned, Simmons has contributed to that success. In fact, the penalty kill, when Mount Lebo is down a man, they've actually outscored their opponents in the first 3 games. So special teams, a mixed bag. The record, a mixed bag, as I mentioned earlier. And the 2 teams, obviously, just 2 points apart in the standings. Peters Township with 2 wins, so they have 4 points. Mount Lebo with 1 win. So the Blue Devils have 2. And an early chance for these 2 teams to see what the other is all about. The 2 sides split the 2-game regular season series last year. Mount Lebo, in fact, went deeper than Peters Township in the playoffs for the first time in a while, as Peters fell in the second round to North Allegheny in overtime, while Mount Lebo made a surprise run from the 7 seed last spring. They beat the number 2 seed Cannon McMillan and the number 3 seed Pine Richland en route to a loss to North Allegheny in the Penguins Cup up at the Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry. So Mount Lebo, you could argue in a lot of ways, has reason to be as optimistic, if not more optimistic, about its prospects this season than Peters Township. But we know that Peters Township has that knack for rolling things over and keeping the continuity going, at least in terms of success. And so far, so good when you look at how PT has played these games. They've outshot all 3 of their opponents so far this season, and they've allowed just the 1 power play goal on 9 opportunities. So they haven't let the games get away from them since that opener. And even in that opener, the 8-1 loss against North Allegheny, they still outshot the Tigers by 9. And the average shot counter in the 3 Peters Township games so far, 32 for PT and 23 for the opposition. So they're playing more of the game in the attacking end. That's always what you want to have if you're a coach. A lot of times that's all you can control. Finishing can be a little fickle. Goaltending can be tough to predict. But if you play more in the opponent's end than you do in yours, that's a formula for success over the long term, or at least it should be, barring any huge defensive breakdowns or strange anomalies. The 2 teams are on with their warm-ups, as you see right now. Again, this is Matt Geica broadcasting here on 10 Band Productions, 10 Band TV, and streaming through berghockey.com. The Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, thanks to Brian Mitchell and Alan Saunders for providing that simulcast platform. And, of course, you can watch this after the fact on petershockey.tv, in addition to the live broadcast there. Peters Township in their traditional home white uniforms with the red helmets, red pants, black trim, and red and black numerals. Mount Lebo dressed in its deep blue jerseys with the gold shoulder yokes, gold numbers, white trim, blue helmets. The starting goaltenders tonight, as expected, we'll see Kyle Thomas in net again for PT. This will be his his 4th appearance. He's seen action in all 4 games. Didn't finish the first game. So far, an .877 save percentage and a 2-1 record. 7 goals against on 50 shots against, or 57 shots against. So 50 saves on 57 shots against for the junior, or pardon me, the sophomore, Kyle Thomas. As we drop the puck and we're underway from Printscape Arena, Peters Township attacking down to our right, and Mount Lebo attacking to our left. Mount Lebo in the dark jerseys, Peters Township in the light jersey. As chasing back for this one is Peters Township's Kobe Ringwald. Ringwald a couple of points, as I mentioned in the pregame. 1 off the team lead, 2 assists tied for the team lead. Backhand through the center of the ice by Cooper Slavin, another man with 2 assists on the year. That doesn't connect with the teammate, and this will be icing against Mount Lebo just 28 seconds into the contest. Mount Lebo's goaltender tonight, as we've seen in every minute of every game so far, it'll be Austin Martin, the junior. .933 save percentage, very strong. Hasn't been his fault that the team has got off to a below 500 record through 3 games so far. 2.05 goals against. He's allowed just 6 goals on 89 shots peppered on target. Yeah, part of the reason you see here's a chance right away for Martin, and he makes the save on the opportunity for Ben Kovac. Kovac bidding for goal number 3, but he couldn't get it by Martin. Anyway, as I was saying, there's a reason why Mount Lebo has fallen, and it's not its goaltender. And in fact, you just look at the line scores. It's receiving, like I mentioned, 2 empty net goals for Central Catholic last time out. Martin's not responsible for those, of course, so his numbers are better than what you might expect out of a goalie with a record of 1-2. That's why the record is always a strange thing to look at if you're evaluating goaltending. Baden Pollitt will backhand this one out to center. And so now the Indians will go forth on the attack. But puck right back out into the neutral ice area. Turned off the boards and given away. Maybe a chance here for Mount Lebo. Wrist shot score from a sharp angle. My goodness, it's 1-0. Mount Lebanon. It was a delayed penalty coming up against Peters Township. And the shot was sniped into the short side, top shelf. I want to say that was Henry Supp parading down the right wing. We'll get a look at it here on the replay. But the left-handed shooter on the right side just buried it up top past the glove hand of Kyle Thomas. And just 1 minute and 8 seconds into this game, Mount Lebo has the 1-0 lead. Nice departure for the Blue Devils, who had to play from behind last week against Central Catholic for most of the game, at least from the second period on. So 1-0 Blue Devils on the even strength goal, even though put an asterisk by that one because it was a delayed penalty call situation. And if it is Supp, it's his second of the year. Supp scored the only goal last week for Mount Lebo at home at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. That one tied the game. This one puts them ahead. And pardon me, it's Brady Conrarty, 32, not 39. Bear in mind, I am calling this remotely, so any shots from the far side of the ice sometimes can be a little tricky in terms of the player identification. So anyway, for Conrarty, that's his second goal in now 3 games and change, as Mount Lebo, like I mentioned, brings back 7 of its top 9 scorers from last year, a team that peaked late, got it going, and kept it going in the playoffs, upsetting Cannon Mac and Pine Richland, and here they are now looking to level their season record at 2-2. Martin will drive it around the boards for Mount Lebo, and it caroms out to center ice. Taking it there and jamming it in deep was Cooper Slavin. But here's Ryan Patrick of Mount Lebo getting the forward check going. Stripped of the puck by Caleb Kovac. 2 Kovacs on the ice. I'll use their first names whenever either one of them touches it. And here's Zach Palmieri. Speaking of 2 family members on the same squad, Jacob Palmieri has played in 2 games so far for Peters Township. But Zach makes his varsity debut tonight. Whistle and a faceoff coming up in the neutral zone. 14:33 to go in the first period. Mount Lebo has scored early. It's an unassisted goal from Brady Conrarty. Caught me off guard and appeared to catch the PT netminder as well, Kyle Thomas, off guard. Slipped it by him short side, and all goalies will say they'd rather get beaten to the long side. Although I'm not entirely sure why that is. That also carries over into soccer too, but one of those things where you feel like you should have that short side angle covered. Baden Pollitt will backhand it out of danger, and, well, here come the Blue Devils once again. And it's Hollis Whalen. Whalen couldn't get the shot off, and Peters Township on the breakout. It's Zach Palmieri losing control. Lost it there briefly to Matthew Gates. Now over on the far wing side, it's chipped up the boards here. Kept alive by Sam Mitchell of Mount Lebo. And a lead pass from Slavin. Slavin giving it ahead, and a connection on to Ryder Mertens does not go through. Mertens hacking and trying to pluck that puck free. Instead, the Blue Devils burst out of the zone with it. Marcus Simmons, keep an eye on number 22 in blue. He's got 3 goals, 2 of them shorthanded. And off to a point for Peters Township. That slides wide of the net from Ryder Mertens, who broke in 2-on-1, elected to take the shot instead of make the pass. Play bogged down in the neutral zone for a moment. Now it's a 1-on-3 chance for Mertens and Peters Township. His shot was blocked from the left wing circle. Austin Malley digging in. Malley's got a couple of goals on the year too. He and Camden Martin and Ben Kovac each with a pair to lead this Peters Township team. Ringwald the dish. It's in deep for Malley. Malley trying to stick handle around one of the Blue Devils, instead fed it out to the line, and Ringwald's shot is snapped up expertly by Austin Martin, and nothing further from that. 12:46 to go in the first period. Peters Township, once again, coached by Rick Tingle, the head man. Cliff Bumford assisting him. Cliff's been his right-hand man and defensive coach for a long time, several years now. To the point, Peters Township with a hold shot, save, rebound, score! It's popped into the net by Ben Kovac. He's got 3 in 4 games, and Peters Township's tied it 1-1 with 12:46 left in the first. Well, the shot from the line from Jack Boss, to give him credit, he just let it go quickly. As you see here on the replay, snapped it low along the ice, and I think perhaps Camden Martin got a deflection on that. Made it a tough save for Martin, and right there was Kovac crashing the crease to pop it in. He finishes it off, and we're tied. So a quick parry and a thrust back for you fencing fans. This is frozen by PT goaltender Kyle Thomas. He stops the music, 12:36 to go in the first. Kovac, who scored 2 last Tuesday right here against Bethel Park. You saw it on Berg Hockey and PetersHockey.tv. BergHockey.com, pardon me. The name of the site is Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, but you might know it better as BergHockey.com at this point. Kovac swatting away, trying to keep this puck away. The sophomore makes the play up the near side wall now. It's Tomko, the freshman, headed off the pass. Good defensive maneuver there by Nicholas Renton of Mount Lebo. On the take, Connor Murphy for Peters Township. Slides it up the near side boards. Puck bouncing around. That was Kimberling now getting a touch to it. And the Indians do clear. Nicholas Eddy poking away. That was Luke Cassiola, actually. 33, not 83. This is Cassiola. Had a successful season last year as a junior. Now back on the ice as a senior, looking for more. Just under 12 minutes to go in this first period. Ranging over, Carson Alexander broke up a potential 2-on-1. A long shot from the boards is handled easily by Kyle Thomas. He kicked it along to one of his teammates in front of the net. Kazarowski overskated for Peters Township, but Alexander with a spin move to protect the puck and feathers it up this near wing side. 1-1. Goals from Conrady for Mount Lebo and Ben Kovac, not to be confused with Caleb Kovac, for Peters Township. Ben and Caleb both forwards, listed on the roster sheet at least. In the past, we've seen brothers on the ice for Peters Township. I remember, in particular, the Gilarowskis of a few years back. Connor was the forward and Zach was the defender, although Zach scored so much you'd have a hard time telling the difference sometimes. Brady Dunn for Mount Lebo pulls up. He wanted to find some room to clear it, and he did. And a strong check at center ice thrown by Connor Ribstein of Mount Lebo. The boys in blue off to a tenacious start in this game. They gave up the tying goal, but they have certainly gotten their chances so far, in addition to the early goal for Conrady. In fact, that might have been one of the more benign chances. Funny how that works sometimes in this game. Puck picked off here by Caleb Kovac. He wants to charge toward the net, but the puck drifted away off his stick. Back out to the red line. Ripped in by Peters Township. They go in on the forward check, 2 men strong. Palmieri there with Kovac, and it's turned over in the corner. Zach Palmieri was in front of the net, but the pass never got to him. It was picked off. Mount Lebo on the charge back, transition time. The puck's in behind the Peters Township net. Scooped up here, it's Ben Kovac. Taking it all the way. Pardon me, that's Ringwald. Ringwald took the shot. That was deflected into the near side corner. It was blocked there by Nicholas Morgan of Mount Lebo. Puck held at the line, now skating down the wing and centering one. Ringwald will turn and flick this into the corner. Cooper Slavin nearly got to that puck in the slot. Now it's Malley with Slavin. Malley, Slavin, and Mertens the line out there for Peters Township. Malley dishes it behind his back. Off to Mertens. Cycle time for PT. Mertens left it there. Shot from the angle. Stop made on Slavin. The rebound is held onto by Martin. Successful cycle there. Sometimes you see teams cycle and players do that weave in the corner, and it doesn't amount to anything. But key for Peters Township, it always looked like they were trying to make a play to the slot. That's what you got to do. The team defending will just let you stick handle around to the outside and pass to the outside all you want. You've got to be threatening to that tough ice in the middle that everyone's fighting for. And Peters Township did successfully there, nearly getting a goal, a second goal. At any rate, it was a great chance for Slavin. So the first line doing its work, still out there for Peters Township. The puck shot into the Peters Township zone by Mount Lebo's Sam Mitchell. Tossed up off the glove of Baden Pollitt, number 78, the offensive lineman number. That always will stand out in this sport, at least for right now. Not a lot of 70s in this sport. Mertens back to retrieve for Peters Township. Malley had it skip right by him out to the point. Wrist shot by George Asbury was blocked on the way. Mitchell for Mount Lebo. Mitchell pulls up. Centered one, and it's broken up. Coming down the wall to keep it alive, Nathan Post for Mount Lebo. To this near wing corner. Puck chopping along and picked up by Ryder Mertens. End of a long shift for him. He'll dish it off. And we're trying to make a move there was Malley, perhaps unwisely at the end of his shift. And now he's going to have a hard time getting back into the play. However, fortunately for Peters Township, Mount Lebo is also changing behind the play. Here's Conrad. He already has one goal, and he shoots this one off the blocker hand of Thomas. Conrady putting the puck toward the middle. That's intercepted by Peters Township and cleared to the neutral ice area. Back on the take, Jacob Palmieri slams it around the wood. On this near side, hacking away are a couple of Indians and forcing it out to center Ben Kovac. Kovac has the only goal for Peters Township so far in this game. William Tomko. He scored last week as Matt Popchak, our other play-by-play voice here on Peters Township Games, put it. He opened his varsity account, did Tomko. This puck is right in on the Mount Lebo goal, and Austin Martin pins it down with the trapper. with 7.5 to play in the first period. We play 17-minute periods in PIHL pucks. This is the only AAA game tonight. We've got a couple of games coming up later in the week. North Allegheny leads the division, leads the class with a record of 3-0, outscoring opponents 16-8 so far. Front of the net and picked off right in front by Baden Pollard, who made a saving play. I guess we're going to see 78 out there quite a bit. Now he's the lone defender back to the front of the net and score! It's Kovac again. Ben Kovac on the back door, pops it into the twine, and it's 2-1, Peters Township. And that line with Camden Martin. Martin dished it off to the corner, and making a move right to the front of the net was Kovac. He finished off the pass from William Tomko. Tomko, the primary assist. Kovac has 2 tonight and 4 for the season, and it's 2-1, Peters Township. So off that face-off, a couple of looks for PT, and they convert the second one. Ben Kovac likes playing at home so far. He's played not even 4 full periods. He's got 4 goals. In front of the net, though, Mount Lebo trying to tie it, and Jack Portman got a chance, but he was stopped by Kyle Thomas. On the take back for Peters Township. Chip and chase game is on. Cassiola joins the party. He tries to fight for this puck. He'll flick it along over on far side for Caden Kazarowski. Kazarowski trying to fish it free, and he does. But it just goes right back to a Blue Devil, but it's put off the shin pad of Kazarowski. He keeps it moving north. Maxwell Kness, the third member of this line for Peters Township. He got things started, but he won't be able to keep this puck alive, and this will be an icing call as the play was dummied very nicely by Jack Bosick of PT, leading to the whistle and the faceoff coming up in the attacking ice for Peters Township. 2 goals for Ben Kovac in the opening 10 minutes of this game. And William Tomko has a pair of assists. So Kovac has 5 points on the season. William Tomko has 5 points on the season. 1 goal and 4 helpers for the freshman Tomko, who wears number 28 in white tonight. To the point, Alexander Rister didn't get it through. It hit the stick of one of the Blue Devils. And here they come back. Parading over the line, but just a simple dump in that's retrieved by Peters Township. Zach Palmieri to the far wing side and off the stick of Caleb Kovac. So PT has to regroup, under 6 to play in the first. Zach Palmieri chopping it away. Couldn't get it out past Baden Pollard at the line. Pollard left it there for Ryan Patrick. Now in the corner, Sam Mitchell kicking it along for Mount Lebo. To the point. Rister, a strong one on the way from Nathan Post, but he missed everything, trying to go to that short side right post again. That's where Conrad scored the only goal of this game for Mount Lebo. A stick was slashed out of one of the Blue Devils' hands, and that's a penalty. Slashing call coming up against Peters Township with 5:28 to go in the first period. Oh, pardon me. It's a slashing call against Mount Lebo. I had it wrong. The rare offensive zone slashing penalty. So that puts PT on the power play. Peters Township 2 for 11 on the season. They were 1 for 3 last week at Central Catholic in that 5-1 victory. Puck unable to be cleared by Mount Lebo. Part of the problem last week against Bethel Park was that Peters Township just couldn't win a faceoff. The Blackhawks were extremely successful in that area. Turning to shoot one is Ryder Mertens, and it's off the arm of Martin. Mertens on Martin, and Martin won that duel as Mertens came shiftily out from behind the net, emerging and shooting. Now Nicholas Morgan couldn't get it past one of the Peters Township bodies behind the net. Malley handing it off. Out to the line. Alexander dusts it off, feeds it right back in deep to William Tomko. Tomko protecting and dishing off to Alexander. This is Slavin shooting, score! A power play goal for Peters Township and a snipe under the glove of Austin Martin. It's 3-1 with 4:50 left in the first period. 3 unanswered goals from PT to take a commanding lead here in the first. Alexander went cross rink and it was right back to this near wing circle, and boy, a lined up shot and a rifle upstairs for Cooper Slavin, his first goal this season. The senior strikes. And PT now 3 for 12 on the season on the power play. The special teams taking care of business. In this first period, it continues on. A 2-goal lead for PT. Two goals for Ben Kovac and now one for Cooper Slavin. An early conversion on that power play. PT didn't even get close to seeing that second minute of the penalty. And what hurt for Mount Lebo was it was against Baden Pollitt. So he was in the box. They're arguably their top defender while they tried to kill off the advantage for Peters Township, and unsuccessfully so. So a 3-1 lead for Peters Township, trying to make it 3 wins in a row against a Mount Lebo team that, as I mentioned in the pregame, should expect to at least make the playoffs, if not challenge for the top half of Class AAA, which again is 11 teams deep. You play each of your other brethren in the class 2 times over the course of the season. That adds up to 20 games for the regular season schedule. Icing here against Mount Lebo with 4 minutes exactly to go in the first. Slavin, so add a 3rd point to his ledger on the year. Kobe Ringwald and Carson Alexander get the assist. I couldn't tell who it was making the pass from the far side. Knew it was a right-handed shooter, but couldn't pick up the number. They're giving it to Ringwald, Kobe Ringwald, at least right now. Of course, they gave the goal to Nolan Hilbert on the official score sheet on PIHLhockey.com. He's a goalie, so that's not likely. Not impossible, but not very likely. On the far side of the ice, Camden Martin picks it off the boards. That's a tough skill to master, and he did it there very perfectly to keep this play moving up ahead, and Martin has to make a poke check save, that time on Slavin, who charged forward into the offensive zone. I don't want to call it a partial breakaway, but he got a chance as he burst down the left wing side and used his speed to protect that puck, keep it up ahead of him. Just a good fundamental play all around for Peters Township. PT looks sharp in this one early, despite giving up the first goal. Long drive from the point by Ringwald. That was blocked off a shin guard, never got close to the net. Blue Devils on the attack again. They'll flip in. I feel like they could probably afford to carry it a little bit more, but here's a centering play. It shows what I know as Ribstein fanned on the one-timer. That was a glorious opportunity. You always want to carry it in if you can. That leads to better chance creation. That is the same regardless of any level of hockey. You hear about it at the NHL level, but just common sense. You want to hold on to that puck as much as you can when reasonable. Kazarowski, here's a chance to dump it in, and he does. Right on the goal, Austin Martin. Sometimes that can be the most effective play. On the net, make the keeper stop it, and in this case, make him hold it. 2:44 left in the first period. Brady Conrady scored 1 minute and 8 seconds into this game for Mount Lebo, but since then, all Peters Township. 2 for Ben Kovac at even strength, and 1 for Cooper Slavin on the power play. Another 2-on-1 chance quickly developing, though, for Mount Lebo, and this time Thomas is equal to the task, making the glove save on the off-wing shot taken by Mount Lebanon. And guess who it was? That time it was Simmons, the leading goal scorer. Marcus Simmons, in an attempt for goal number 4 on the season, was denied by the glove of Thomas, and the puck deflected out of play. So an offensive zone draw for Mount Lebo, and they tie it up on the side boards. Peters Township's Connor Murphy will ladle it along on this near wing, and it trickles out to center ice. Bouncing right over the stick of Simmons of Mount Lebo. Looking for this pass, Caleb Kovac of PT. Lost command. Kobe Ringwald will flick it ahead, and that puck ended up out of play over the shortish glass on the far side, short compared to a lot of rinks. It struck that concrete wall separating the rink from the restaurant. And so back the play will come for a draw in the Peters Township end. 2:07 to go in the first period. 3-1 PT, 3 unanswered for Peters Township, trying to make it 3 wins on the trot. Cross-rink dish is a good one. On to Slavin. Slavin left it for Mertens, who overskated. Mertens flicking this deep. Austin Malley bodying up against Aiden Conway of Mount Lebo. Pried the puck loose, but it ends up back in the neutral ice. From the center zone, put right back in on the Mount Lebo net, and a whistle behind the play. Is that an offside? Not entirely sure. No, it's a penalty. Roughing the call against a member of the Blue Devils. That's the last thing that they need right now to go into this first intermission down 3, but it's a possibility as Brady Conrady is gone for the next 2 minutes. Actually, with 1:37 left in the first period, we'll go by that clock. Mount Lebo won the draw, but not enough. Mustered not nearly enough power on that around the horn clearing attempt. So Peters Township has an easy setup here. Tomko centering, getting a chance, and trying to put it on net. There was Ben Kovac, but that stop made by Martin, and he holds. Kovac, the hat trick bid, without the first period even being expired. Kovac with Martin on his right, Camden Martin, that is. Kovac jamming away, gets to that loose puck on the far side, and found Slavin with it. Cooper Slavin to Ringwald, back to Cooper Slavin. It was this unit that scored the power play goal last time around. Dish in front of the net, and Martin had his stick lifted at the last second. But Martin will find this loose puck. The dish to the middle of the ice, off a stick, and right to Ringwald. Kovac. That's Ben Kovac. Digging behind the net, 54 seconds to go in the period. Kovac in front of the goal, and again, Martin's right there, and he's knocked down this time. No penalty coming up against Mount Lebo, as that all was legal apparently. And now a hand in the air, no, it was going to be a high stick on the puck, but Mount Lebo touched it next. Mitchell pulls up for the Blue Devils. Mitchell sends it in deep. There's Simmons. He has 2 shorthanded goals on the year, so keep an eye on him as well. Simmons tapping it back to his blue line. And what's this here? This will be a penalty on the way. So a good job killing. No, it'll be a one against Mount Lebo again. My goodness. So a 2-man advantage on the way. Arguably the 2 best offensive players for Mount Lebo in the box, Conrady and Simmons. And it's a 5-on-3 for Peters Township. Mertens will take the draw for PT. Already up 3-1. Mertens leans in. Here's Mertens taking control of that puck. Here's Alexander from the right circle shooting, and Martin pins it to his chest, and no rebound, just as importantly. Alexander and Ringwald, the defenders. Slavin to take this face-off. Cooper Slavin wins it cleanly. Alexander, 10 seconds left to go in the period. PT needs one last shot if they want to try to score, and they get one, but Martin made the save on the attempt from Ringwald. 3 seconds to go in the period. Mitchell for Mount Lebo kicks it along and out to center, and that expires the final couple of seconds here in the first period. Peters Township will stay on a 5-on-3 power play. 23 seconds to go on the Brady Conrady minor as we head into the second period. As we all know, though, a little bit tougher to get that power play going quickly at the start of a period, mostly because you have to start from a center ice draw as opposed to one in the offensive zone. I apologize if a couple of times I was confusing Cooper Slavin with William Tomko. 26 and 28 are the ones that can be easily transposed, I suppose. As we look at the first period highlights. Early chance for Brady Conrady. And he goes short side with that wrist shot for a 1-0 lead. But Peters Township, unbowed by that, they kept it rolling. And here's a 2-on-1 chance. But a flub shot from Mertens with Slavin pinching in. Now a bouncing puck off a face-off. Here's the first goal for Peters Township. Bosick took the shot. I do believe Martin got a piece. And jamming it home, Ben Kovac for the 1-1 score. Another even strength goal coming up here for Peters Township. But first of all, here's Mertens handing off. And the shot from Slavin, Cooper Slavin. He's denied by Martin. So Martin's made a couple of strong saves in addition to the 3 pucks that got behind him in that first period of play. Simmons with a chance here, and the blocker save for Kyle Thomas, who just let that one get behind him. Here's more even strength play. Alexander shooting it through. And in just a moment, we're going to see Kovac score a goal. Well, we're not, because we're back to live action. 5-on-3 power play continues. A 2-man advantage for Peters Township, but only 15 seconds to go on it. They'll have to get on their horse to get any kind of opportunity. Conradi pressuring Martin out by the point for Peters Township. Ben Kovac, the goal scorer, leans in and wins the draw on his strong side, his forehand side. Alexander off to William Tomko. Tomko gets it back and shoots, and it's off the arm of Martin and over the net. Give and go, run to perfection from Kovac and Tomko, but not to be. Tomko once more gets the live box score on PIHL Hockey to keep you updated, at least for right now. At any rate, scored 2 power play. I believe that's 4 opportunities. Now that's 4 power play goals on the season for Peters Township. Not usually a team that leans power play, but looking at guys like Ben Kovac and William Tomko dart around, Ryder Mertens, there's no reason why this team shouldn't be able to be one of the top power play conversion. Out to the line, Nicholas Renton can control the rebound. Eventually, it gets swatted away. Tuck try and score from Mount Lebo. Jackson Klasnick, his first of the season. And Klasnick decided, I'm just going to go right out in front and tuck this home. He faked like he was going to stay behind the net, and the cutout in front, and didn't stuff it short side. He stuffed it over on the far post, and the Peters Township defenders couldn't react quickly. And an offside against lead over the Peter line. Also 2 for Ben Kovac for Peters Township, 1 each for Cooper Slavin and William Tomko. And for Mount Lebo, 1 for Jackson Klasnick most recently, and Brady Conradi, who scored the first goal of this game. Just about a minute in. Mertens stick handling this way and that. Gains the line, left it for Maui out. He was just hoping that puck hit him because it was from point-blank range. Malley had a couple of goals in the opener 2 weeks ago, but nothing since. No points since either. Have to figure that streak's going to end sooner rather than later. Mount Lebo doing all it can to prevent that from happening. A step up from Jack Portman keeps the puck in the O-zone for the Blue Devils. A centering pass intercepted by Ryder Mertens of Peters Township. Mertens could not clear, though. A timely pinch for Mount Lebo. Connor Ribstein behind the net. Chopping away, got it on net. Thomas made the save. Puck still loose at the side and scooped up by Portman. Out to the line, Brady Dunn's shot. That didn't get all the way through, and Thomas will hold the puck at the side of his net for PT. 13:33 left in the second period. Peters Township just 2 points out of the lead in the standings, although even if they do win tonight, they'll be 3-1, and North Allegheny, which is in first by itself right now, is 3-0. Also within striking range, Upper St. Clair has 2 wins. They're 2-0. Are the Panthers. Pine Richland, the Rams, 2-1. Central Catholic, 2-1. Trying to rebound from a difficult season last. That far down, but it happens to most teams. I was going to say it happens to all teams, but Peters Township's had an ability to keep it in the playoffs, regardless of the ebb and flow of talent and class size, that sort of thing. Credit to the coaching staff, credit to the culture that's been built here around this program. Culture can be a cliche, but in this case, it's a real thing. A delayed offside against Peters Township. That'll allow Mount Lebo free reign to break it out. Deflected pass ahead. Here's an opportunity for Mount Lebo to break right in. And a score! Ryan Patrick stashes it home. And just like that, it's 4-3. On the breakaway opportunity, a deflected pass through the neutral zone ended up right on the stick of Ryan Patrick. And he stuffed it past Kyle Thomas, who ended up drifting back towards his net. Couldn't quite keep the momentum moving forward. Or at least steadfast. He's pulled by. A lot of times that's what you need to do as a goalie, is just hold firm. Easier said than done, though, when a player's coming in with speed like Patrick was. 4-3. Very interesting developments now. Klasnick and Patrick back-to-back for Mount Lebo to turn what appeared to be a runaway for a moment, or skate away, into a great game. At least deflected puck over the side. And that'll be picked up by Nathan Post. Though couldn't control it. Back out to the center line. Kness will charge ahead. He lost control. Pulling up Klasnick, going cross rink, and Pollitt was breaking in right down between the right down in the slot and couldn't get it home. Here's Mount Lebo, and a shot goes deflecting into the far side corner. Held up by Whalen. Whalen will jam it in behind the net, and now centered in front, out for a shot that didn't get through from Nick Renton. Attempting to clear this one out, and doing so are the Indians. Shoving it ahead. And getting off the ice, Austin Malley. Or pardon, Malley's still out there. That was Colin Kimberling who made the final play. And here's Mount Lebo back on a 2-on-1 chance. This will be Henry Supp. Supp will take the shot from the right side, and it's gobbled up by Thomas. 4-3 the score, and things getting nervous now for Peters Township. Mount Lebo has turned on the offense. Coming into this game, the Blue Devils were averaging well below 3 goals per game, which is a bit odd considering the firepower they bring back from last year's team, which could definitely put a few in, and we saw it succeed late in the season especially. On the far wing, Malley twisting away from contact. Now he holds up one of the Blue Devils there legally as it's a scrum for the loose puck. And pulled up in stride. This is Patrick, who has a goal in the second period. Patrick taking, twisting, and filtering in deep. Alexander bumping with one of the Blue Devils there. Trying to get it loose. This will be Sam Mitchell. Spinning away from traffic, tried to shoot it. That was blocked down. Supp, Henry Supp, out to the far side and taken away by one of the Indians. Here's Peters Township Slavin, but he is overtaken as he tried to make the outside move. Tomko chasing back for PT. He'll just backhand it away and get it out to center ice. Ryan Patrick jams it back in. Under 10 to play in the second period. Lebo's got the last two. Doesn't feel like a game in which either team has firm handle on it at the moment, but Mount Lebo with a strong push to get back into it. Martin on the chip play. Camden Martin for Peters Township. Keeping it alive at the point. Peters Township. To this near side, Martin. Now in front of the net, Kovac. Ben Kovac with 2 goals on the game, but that puck never got through. 9:06 to play. Period. Nick Renton couldn't play it beyond the neutral zone, and so Mount Lebo's got to go back for it again. Nick Morgan. Lead pass. Shot in by the Blue Devils. Zarowski back for Peters Township, though. He shoots, and a save by Martin, kicking it out with the pad. We've seen it a few times today, 2-on-1s and players liking to shoot. There's a shot from the outside that Thomas kicked right into the slot. Pollitt will take a drive and miss everything from the left wing, pardon me. Pinching his post, chops it down the kick plate. A lot of that shot, as opposed to forcing a pass. Well, most of the time you'd be forcing it seems like, because defenders are taught to play the pass in that situation. So a lot of times you'd be better served just ripping it on goal. We've seen that tonight. Kazarowski couldn't get around to the outside after one good deke, and it's poked ahead, and an opportunity back for Ribstein of Mount Lebo. Right on goal, score! It's 4-4. A 3-goal rally from the second period, and we're knotted up. 8 goals on the board, 4 for each side. Hockey can do it in basketball, but out here, not the case. And Malley is the guilty party. Peters Township about to go shorthanded, having given up 3 consecutive goals, and now in danger of falling behind for the second time in this game. Klasnick, Patrick, and Mitchell, your goal scorers for Mount Lebo in this period. But waiting for this face-off in the power play. And now we're set with Klasnick looming over the face-off for Mount Lebo, and he wins the pokes out to line and kept there, and a drive on net that gobbles up. 6:32 to go in the second period. Morgan got that shot through for Mount Lebo. Here, pardon me, my feed getting a little bit choppy. Not sure what it is on your end if you're watching during this 4-4 game. We'll do the best we can. Sometimes the wireless internet, as you well know, can be a little sketchy. But back to live action with 20 seconds to go on the power play. Big drive, and that's off the arm of Thomas, I believe, and up into the screen. The shot from Pollitt was hammered. Not the kind of chance to give up Township, but when you're a short man, a lot of times that's the lesser of. You'll take the one from 40 feet. Face-off. Actually, that the crossbar shot straight out of play because that's why the face-off wasn't in the offensive zone. 7 seconds left on the penalty to Austin Malley for interference. 5 minutes to play in the second period. 4-4. PT trailed 1-0, then led 4-1, and now Mount Lebo scored 3 in a row. Follow it if you can. It's been entertaining, that's for sure. Pollitt drifts a pass diagonally up into the neutral zone to glove this one down. Was Simmons, but he couldn't make anything happen. Cassiola, Luke Cassiola for Peters Township. Haven't called his name too much tonight so far. Still plenty of time. Kness will steal and get a stuff shot that Martin makes the save on. Maxwell Kness, number 5 in white. To the line. A long-range shot from Carson Alexander. That didn't get through on net. Ringwald spits rink up into the air. Bouncing down. Shot into the O-zone. Once again by Mitchell. Sam Falbo. One of the top guns back for Mount Lebo. And a whistle and a face-off coming up as both teams will change lines. And the draw will be in the Peters Township zone. No multiple assist getters yet for Mount Lebo. Brady Conrady has a goal and an assist for the Blue Devils. That's your leading scorer within the context of this game. Icing against Peters Township for the boys in blue. Ben Kovac has 2 goals for Peters Township. And Camden Martin has a pair of assists. So does William Tomko. Save. 3:44 to go in the second period. Pulling up Mitchell. Sam Mitchell, the backhand dish. Now stashed in front by Jackson Klasnick, but defended well by Peters Township. Malley takes the puck at his feet. Feeds it. trying to get it through to Slavin, but no sale. But given right back to Peters Township. Colin Kimberling leading the charge. Kimberling off to Malley. Front of the net, Slavin wanted to take the one-timer, but it was deflected on its way to him. He still almost got a shot off with a strong stick, but not to be. Now 3 minutes to go in the period. Klasnick had it poked off his stick. Strong defending by Ryan McKenna of PT. And Peters Township now can break back on a potential 3-on-1. Now it's a 2-on-1. Shooting from the far side, rebound, score! Peters Township retakes the lead, 5-4 on another odd man chance down the ice. 2:50 left in the second period. And Peters Township back in command, albeit by one. Looked like that was Cooper Slavin on the far wing side who drove it home. He had Tomko on the left flank. Couldn't quite catch the numbers, so bear with me. PT leads it 5-4. Another goal. Two on the power play, 3 at even strength. For it was Cooper Slavin, number 26, down his first game. They Nolan Hilbert. So if you're looking on the game sheet on PIHLhockey.com, it's 2 for Cooper Slavin, not 1. So Slavin has 2, and Ben Kovac has 2. And Peters Township has its lead back, but Mount Lebo is about ready to go back on the power play. A penalty against Peters Township. We'll get the call and the number to you in just a moment. Thomas flags down that slap shot out high by Ryan Patrick. That'll be another face-off coming up. The penalty is to Peters Township's Kobe Ringwald. Don't have the call yet. Conrady slips it down low, looking for Simmons. Conrady and Simmons both working that right wing, but nothing happening there. One of the Indians pried off the puck on the far side, trying to apply the shorthanded pressure. And that was William Tomko. Tomko now tries to flag down this attempted clear from Martin. He did get a piece of it, but not enough to keep it in front of him. He would have had an open net if he could have kept it in front of him. 2 minutes left in the period. 1:20 left to go on the power play for Mount Lebo. Ringwald off for slashing for Peters Township. The Blue Devils have to rev it up from behind their own net. 1:50 left in the frame. 9 goals on the board, 5 for Peters Township, 4 for Mount Lebo. Simmons shoots on the pull-up move, and a strong move it was, but that's off the arm of Thomas, I believe. Bouncing clear down beyond the reach of Conrady, who quickly lassos it, and now Simmons will take it in over the line. Simmons the drop pass, 48 seconds to go on the power play. Simmons has it behind the net. He's got Mitchell, one-time shot against his body, and he got enough on it, but not quite enough velocity to bury it past Thomas. Caleb Kovac checked off the puck, but again, killing some seconds, some precious time on the Mount Lebo power play. Peters Township steps up in the neutral ice area to keep it again on the other end of the rink. 18 seconds left before Kobe Ringwald can escape the box. And it'll be another attempted clear. Couldn't get it out. Could PT. Here's a chance for Nathan Post. One shot was blocked. Second shot, he got it on goal, but from a sharp angle, and Thomas made the save. Morgan, down low. Post in the slot. Couldn't take it cleanly. And here's Caleb Kovac of Peters Township. Kovac put it behind Cassiola, but right on net, fortunately for him, so no icing. And the faceoff will be upcoming in the Peters Township attacking end. 33.8 seconds to go in the second period. Power play over for Mount Lebo. It's a 5-4 Peters Township lead. This is Matt Geico on the call. Action coming to you from South Point. The Peters Township Indians' second home game of the season. Game number 4 overall. They're 2-1. And now they're defending against another 2-on-1. Potential chance from the side of the net for a shot from Mitchell that's off the arm of Thomas, and it hops free to the near side boards. Play stop because the net's off its moorings, obviously, as you see there on your device screen. Ribstein took that shot, Connor Ribstein. Cleared out to the neutral zone by Peters Township. Puck's in this near corner, and will it be an icing call? Not sure. Game there, but I figured tonight would be a good one. This turned out to be Township at 1 point, holding a 4-1 lead. PT leads at 4. 10 seconds remaining in the period. A shuffle game to this point. 5 goals total in that second. 3 for Mount Lebo. Sandwiched by goals from William Tomko and Cooper Slavin. Slavin's goal has Peters Township ahead 5-4. Shots on goal through 2 periods. Peters Township 23, Mount Lebo 22. And both teams have been on a parade to the penalty box. PT's taken 4 penalties. Mount Lebo has taken 3. Maybe the difference, in fact, it is the difference right now. Peters Township has scored on 2 of those 3 power plays that it's got. We'll take a break here on PetersHockey.com. This is Matt Kaika, and we'll have the conclusion to this one. Sure to be exciting if the first 2 periods have any say about what's yet to come in third, and who knows, maybe a little bit more beyond regulation time. PT 5, Mount Lebo 4. Keep it right here for more. Set for the third period at the very least. I'm Matt Geica. This is PIHL Hockey on berghockey.com and petershockey.tv, broadcasting from two locations in that second period. And Peter, with Cooper Slavin scoring his second goal of the 1 rush, has edged back in front as we get ready for the final 17 minutes of regulation time. Cooper Slavin with, I mentioned a couple of goals. We have multiple players with multiple points, as you might imagine, on both sides of the ledger. Ben Kovac leads the way for PT, 2 goals and 1 assist for 3 points. William Tomko has 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 production in the two periods. 4 goals and 2 assists on the season for 6 total points. And Tomko with 2 goals and 4 assists, 6 total points. I also mentioned Slavin with a couple of goals. Camden Martin has 2 assists, too, for Peters Township. In goal for PT, Kyle Thomas has stopped 18 of 22. For Mount Lebo, we've got a couple of goal scorers. Ryan Patrick, Sam Mitchell, Brady Conrarty, and Jackson Klasnick. And Conrarty has added an assist, so he's the only multi-point guy for the boys in blue tonight. Austin Martin has denied 18 of 23. So cause a decrease in his season save percentage. That's going to put a hit on that 933 coming into the game. And power plays, I mentioned this before the break, but 4 for Mount Lebo and 3 for Township. Mount Lebo has gone 0 for 4. PT has gone 2 for 3. So there's your difference in the game if you want to find such a simplistic fashion. Mount Lebo in the blue with the gold and white. They will attack to our left in this third period. Hoping for better Wi-Fi fidelity here in this third. I know we had some skipping of frames, some action miss, and we'll do our best to bring it to you. And hopeful that if we cross our fingers and toes from both locations here for this, what will probably be a very exciting third period of play. So everyone's right, obviously. North Allegheny leads with a record of 3-0 in Class AAA, but these early season matchups give you a chance to feel teams out and see not where you are only, but also where the other teams are. And they a scout for later on down the line in what could be an even more important matchup. Slipping on the fresh ice was one of the Blue Devils. That was Brady Dunn, the defender. Junior took a spill. So Peters Township with an early opportunity to make something happen, but they can't. Parading over to that far side to take into the offensive zone, Kobe Ringwald. Ringwald number 19 for Peters Township. The junior spins to the outside. Ringwald didn't dish it back to his defense partner, Alexander. That's Carson Alexander, one of the Alexander family, another member of the family to dress at the varsity level for the Red. Chance here for Tomko. Got the shot off save made by Martin. The rebound, he put it right through the slot and couldn't connect there with Malley. Malley with the puck. Number 98 behind the net. Tomko goes to the front corner. Ringwald shot, and Martin holds for safety. 15:38 left in the third. No other games tonight in Class AAA. We do have some later on this week. A couple coming up on Thursday. In fact, I'll get you those in just a moment as we're back to live action from the Printscape Arena, home of both Peters Township and Cannon McMillan. In front of the net, and Falbo chopped that shot wide from in close. Whistle and a stoppage in play. I think the net is off one of its pegs. So a tough break for Mount Lebo, as the Blue Devils were buzzing there for a second. Sam Falbo, one of the top leading returning scorers for Mount Lebanon, hasn't gotten a point yet this year. That can't continue for you wouldn't imagine. But if the Tribe can keep him off the board one more period, that would greatly aid their chances in making it a third straight win and 2 straight here on home ice. They won in their home opener against Bethel Park last week, rebounding from an 8-1 loss in the opening game on the road. Wild shot from Klasnick goes well wide of the net for Mount Lebo. Now shoved right back into the blue chip, escorts it to safety. That was Ryan McKenna doing the job there. And in all the PIHL for that matter. Looks over his shoulder. Luke Cassiola pinned to the wall by Nicholas Morgan. And now a blind centering pass picked up by Mitchell of Mount Lebo and dispatched out to center. Another entry here on the carry for PT. That was Ringwald shooting off the blocker hand of Martin. Kazarowski fed it deep. Alexander recovering this near side point, and he'll hold. Alexander's wrist shot missed everything. The deflection over to the far side. That finds love to kill some time in the O zone if they could. 6 goal per 1, but priority number 2 is to kill some clock. If you can. If you do both in the process, all the better. Here's a giveaway in the middle, or nearly. Ribstein will reach out to take this below the goal line. Ribstein's dish, though, was deflected out to center. So recovery from Peters Township. Marcus Simmons. 3 goals on the year for Mount Lebo. Simmons comes right to the goal strong, and a save made by Thomas. Loose puck, and it's cleared to the side wall and out for Peters Township. Simmons has been... Here's Kness. He couldn't beat out the icing. He nearly got there to the end line, but apparently not quite. At Bethel Park, and Central Catholic is at Seneca Valley. So this is the only game of the week for both of these teams. And in fact, Peters Township won't be back in action until Thursday the 28th. So they'll take a bit of a break here before playing at Upper St. Clair at the Ice Castle. Long time before we get there. A shot, score! Mount Lebo's tied it again. Incredible pluck from the Blue Devils. Tonight, they have been tenacious. They have not. And this one was a solo mission, folks. That's all that there is to it. A beautiful goal from, was that Simmons? Now, here's Martin shooting from between the circles. That goes wide. Rebound, trying to bank it in from below the goal line was Tomko, and Martin gobbles it up, unflinching in the face of the barrage from Peter. Martin's given up 5, but still looks just as calm as ever in net. That is his 25th save. Martin has denied Mount on that postseason run last year, beating 2 higher-seeded teams on a Penguins Cup final, where North Allegheny once again claimed the trophy. Second time in 3 years for the Tigers. Gunning it around to the near side was Tomko, but he couldn't get it out. Chasing over Marcus Simmons. Simmons, the most recent goal scorer, a beautiful goal, a rising shot from just a few moments ago to tie this game at 5. And for Simmons, his 4th goal of the season ties him for the lead in AAA. A drive to the outside, again by Simmons. He couldn't convert it this time, though. Now Mitchell on it for Mount Lebo. Mitchell and Patrick. Patrick has a goal tonight. So does Mitchell, for that matter. 4 or 5 different goal scorers for Mount Lebo. Game. They've spread it around quite well, have the Blue Devils. Kazarowski to keep given away in the center of the ice. And the puck deflects out of play with 9:32 remaining in regulation time. A win for Mount Lebo would tie the Blue Devils for second place in the standings with Peters Township and a host of other clubs. to start. And it's starting to get into territory there, 0-4. Difficult to come back from, but all you have to do is get in the top 8 out of 11 to make the playoffs. So it's not a meaningless regular season by any means, but you can squeeze in with a strong second half push. That will be the hope of the Big Macs, obviously. We'll see them a couple of times this year in the Miners' Cup against Peters Township. Malley bounced the puck at Kimberling, unable to keep it. But now here's Kimberling retrieving it and taking it right back. McKenna up to Slavin. Cooper Slavin's got a couple of goals tonight. He looks ahead. Slavin played it into the offensive zone. Picked up by Nick Renton and cleared away from his net. Swooping in, Kobe Ringwald. Play getting a little more conservative now. Both teams feeling the leverage tick up, if you will. The puck moving. Now he dished one right to the front, but nobody was home for Peters Township. Alexander jams it down the wall. Blind pass from Martin, and he nearly connected there with Malley, but not to be. Just about a foot away from his blade. 8:11 to play in the third. Only one goal in this third period, which is a departure from the first two periods. We saw 4 in the first and 5 in the second. Combined, of course. PT led by 3. We've been tied 3 times as well. Zachary Palmieri on the forward check. He gets a shift here in a key time. Caleb Kovac circling behind the net. Trying to catch up to his brother in the goal production category. He's 4 behind right now. Here's Palmieri. Palmieri, a wrister out by the top of the zone, top of the circles at the very least, and patted away by Martin. Caleb Kovac's on it. He's got a man in the Chase Stouffer, but elected not to. Stouffer's on it. Soft flip to the corner where Simmons will take. Bang it around the wall. And out the center it slides, and maybe a chance for Mount Lebo. Patrick, he's got Mitchell going to that. Mitchell flags it down, and his backhand goes behind the net. It's a little too much of a low percentage play, I think, for Mount Lebo. But hard to blame Patrick for trying to feed it through. Delayed offside against Mount Lebo, wiped out as the Blue Devils tag up. BergHockey.com, Simmons, cross rank, Mitchell shooting, and he missed to this near side. From the point, Nick Renton dumped it in behind, and again, it appears the net has been dislodged. So far in this third period, we've seen Simmons come on for Mount Lebo beyond just the goal. Number 22 has been more assertive on the puck. 6.6 seconds left. Icing was the call against Mount Lebanon. Final chance for the Blue Devils. They've been valiant tonight, but it may just end up being a regulation loss and no points to show for it. Timeout taken as the two teams will talk it over. Rick Tingle leading the discussion on the Peters Township bench. Jeremy Church for Mount Lebo. Ben Kovac's hat-trick goal on the power play, PT's third conversion on the advantage, has Peters Township ahead 6-5. And now with the net empty, down to our right, Austin Martin on the bench for Mount Lebo. This is it. Referees usher the players back onto the playing surface, back toward the Peters Township bench, or Peters Township goal, I should say. Kyle Thomas in line for his third win. I'm sure he'd like a prettier score line, but sometimes as a goaltender, it's about battling and just making sure your team comes out on top regardless of what happens. Face-off won cleanly by PT. Alexander's trying to pin it to the boards, and he does successfully, but a centering pass deflected away at the last second. Peters Township wins it. The Indians hold on 6-5 over Mount Lebo in an early season thriller at Printscape Arena. Ben Kovac, the hero tonight, 3 goals, including the game winner midway through the third period, actually just past the midway point of the third period. Kovac increases his goal total on the season to 5. What a night for him. 3 goals and 1 assist, 4-point effort. 7 total points on the year for the sophomore, Ben Kovac, number 18. He and William Tomko have been revelations so far offensively as the two teams will exchange handshakes at center ice. Marcus Simmons got on the board late to make it 5-5 for Mount Lebo. That came early stages, third period. 5 different goal scorers for the Blue Devils, but not enough to get it done. So Mount Lebo will drop to 1-3. They do drop to 1-3. And Peters Township 3-1, tied, at least for the moment, at 6 points with North Allegheny for the top spot in Class AAA. Other offensive heroes tonight for Peters Township. Cooper Slavin had 2 goals and an assist. Camden Martin, 2 helpers. I mentioned William Tomko had a pair of assists earlier in the game, and it appears it'll be 3 assists. They've added 1 from earlier on the live box score on PIHLhockey.com. So thanks there, Tomko, the freshman, his first 3-point game in varsity action, and he now has 7 points, or 6 points on the season. Make it 7. 1 goal and 3 assists tonight for Tomko. So a pair of 4-point efforts. Kovac 3-1, Tomko 1-3. We got that straightened out. Jack Bosick also his first varsity point. Congratulations to him. Carson Alexander with an assist from the blue line. Kobe Ringwald with a pair of helpers too. For Mount Lebo, Brady Conrarty, Jackson Klasnick, Ryan Patrick, Sam Mitchell, and Marcus Simmons. Your goal scorers, winning goaltender, Kyle Thomas, 22 saves on 27 shots. Austin Martin takes the loss for Mount Lebo, 27 saves on 33 shots. Next action for Peters Township is 9 days away. It'll be at Upper St. Clair at the Ice Castle. And that'll be from Castle Shannon. So we'll go up a Route 19 a little ways and have Peters Township's return to the ice for you on berghockey.com. PT will be playing its 5th game of the season. So after that one, they'll be already a quarter of the way through the schedule. Thanks to Todd Kazarowski, who fought through some technical issues there. He and his crew doing a great job from scene on at Printscape Arena in South Point. Also thanks to Brian and Alan with Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and berghockey.com for simulcasting the broadcast. One last time, this is Matt Geica saying good night. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time on berghockey.com and petershockey.tv.